space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hi and welcome back to my Kazon Raider lit build. As you'll recall, last time just finished putting the base on and we had it setting. First thing you might notice, this part's been taken out and this part's been taken out. Long story short, the base didn't go on very well. Jiggling it about, trying to get it in place. The LED came loose. That was for these fibre optics, so they stopped working. So I had to reopen the model, sort out the LED for the fibre optics. But when I've put it back together, I've done all 3 pieces at once. And what you will notice is how much better it's actually all fitting. This was slightly raised one side to the other. I've already gone over it with a file, so I've got it all level. I'll have to fire some putty in next and get that all the gaps sealed up fully. We'll get these parts back in place, glued in, puttied round, all done. And then for the rest of this episode, we're going to finish finally getting our little bit of detail onto the wings around these lights that we built. Going to get these bits painted up. We're going to get these attached, these painted up and attached both sides. And hopefully the wings attached as well, both sides. So the aim for this episode, if nothing goes wrong again, is to basically have construction finished and be left with painting. So I'm going to get cracking on with some putty work. Right, so we started puttying. As you can see, this has gone really well. Nice clean line, filling up the seam. I've still got the back to sand down. As you can see, this is quite pasty. As I've mentioned before, I use this stuff, Perfect Plastic Putty, which is water-based, so I let it down to a bit thicker than wallpaper paste, so I could literally almost paint it over, so it seeped right into the seam, which has made it really good for sanding down. So all that's left is what's actually in the seam. As you can see in the top right, I've got the showing what we had before, and I've just used these for sanding it down. Great, 40 of them for £1 from pound shop. Makeup section, nail files. Don't spend a £5 on half a dozen sanding sticks. £1 for 40 nail files. And a nice fine grit, because girls like to have the nails looking nice. Win-win. Right, so all the putty work is now finished until I get last couple of pieces connected. So this is back in place. That piece is back in place. We've put it all along there. All along these is all done. Same on the other side. We've got the plastic going around our clear parts that we said we were going to get to add some definition. I've already filled these with Mascol, ready for painting, so the clear is protected. Next stage is going to be to get all these parts remasked up. Our impulse engine's masked over again. We've already started protecting a few things. Connectors are covered over. A piece of brass tubing in our stand hole, because that's super fine fit, so we don't want to get any paint in it. Once everything's masked over, gonna get some primer back over, because you'll notice there's lots of bare plastic exposed again. Too much just to go back over with paint. But I'm hoping, with already having some paint down, and if I just do concentrate, especially where it's come off with the primer, that will get a bit of shading, which will be quite good, add a bit of depth and edge to it. So I'm off to get on with some masking and then get back to you. So we've finished priming. We come in. This seems a lot better. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it. It's not 100%, but I'm happy enough with it. The lights are turned on at the moment. Not many are showing through because there's masking and all sorts going on. But the good thing is, as we go along this scene, we can see that there's no light leaks. So next stage is going to be to get these all painted in the base coat. I may even do the detail work on these bits before I attach them. Need to get the main coat back over all the main model. The wings need re-going over with the base coat because we applied some primer in place on there. And we'll probably get all the detailing done underneath here before we attach it as well, so it'll be easier. So next stage is airbrush out for base paint, and then paintbrushes out for a bit of detail work. We'll get back to you after we've started on that. So first stage towards painting is done. I've masked up, ready to airbrush in some rust in all the exposed areas, so we can get some weathering done as we build up. I'll get that done and get back to you. Right, so we've got our rust down everywhere that we masked over. Next stage, once this has dried a bit, we'll get some mask all splattered over it. You've seen this technique before, so that we get a rust effect after we've put our base coat down. We'll get the mask all on first before we remove the masking paper, just because we don't want to get it over any of the other parts of the model. Right, so I'll get that down and get back to you. So we've got our mask all applied and our masking tape off. If we're getting close, you can see these purple splashes, very random. If you think of it in reverse, eventually there'll be the only places where rust will actually show. So my next stage now is to start getting the main coat paint down and everything, the main colour. I'll get that done and we'll get back to you. Right, so I've had the airbrush out. I've got a layer, well, a couple of layers of paint over all the parts of on one side. I'm going to let them cure overnight, flip it over tomorrow, get the other side painted up, and then I'll get back to you. Right, so I've got the base coat down over the entire model now. That's all drying. It's Friday. I've got a busy weekend. I'm at a virtual festival, as we're all locked in at home, as you know, at the moment. So I think I'm going to let this paint cure for the whole weekend. And then next week probably get on with some detail painting and actually sticking the pieces together. But for this episode, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching. Keep modelling and keep trekking. Thank you. Bye.